All right, so here's a flat roof that's been leaking somewhere around about here inside. It's a garage, but it's been extended into, they've got like a living area underneath. It's shared actually with next door, that's next door's garage. So I'm only dealing with half of this roof. And what I'm going to be doing is, well, it's covered in the tiny little stones, so I'm getting rid of all that. There was quite a lot on there. I've mid the job about an hour and a half into it, trying to get it all off, get it in buckets and in the back of the van. And we're going to be putting that stuff on. Aqua Shield, various different products like it, but we're basically going to be covering the surface with a waterproofing liquid system to give it several more years life, really. I mean, it could be replaced probably, ideally, to give it a longer life, but it's connected to next doors, they're not having a problem. And the customer also wanted a cheaper option, so this is a cheaper option than a replacement. The first step is basically cleaning all the mess off it, in this case getting rid of stones. It's a lot easier if you don't have that. And okay, I'll crack on cleaning this up. All right, there we go. So I've taken it from a fairly heavily stone covered area to 99% of it gone. Some of it's just stuck on the bitumen on the seams, but I have even scraped some of it down with just a paint scraper, because it's kind of bonded into the felt to make large areas of where it's just basically the liquid product's just going to bond to the felt rather than a pile of dirty stones. And yeah, so now it's basically ready for the material going on. I'm going to do the edges, lift the lead up and do under there, that seam all around the edge, and then coat the whole lot with the product. All right, so I started using the product, and I've just lifted up the lead flashing, gone under there, flaps the lead back down. I'm just going to go all around the edges with a brush, and then I've got a squeegee. Squeegee like that to spread it all out on the larger areas in the middle. And so it's fairly fast to get down once you've prepared the surface. So yeah, I'll crack on. All right then, there we go. Let's pan out a little bit. There we go. So that's the roof finished. It's just been covered with one coat. The main time-consuming bit is preparing the roof, cleaning it down, getting rid of all the stones in this case, trying to scrape it down to the the felt, rather than having like bitumen built up stones all stuck together with dirt and whatever. So you can see some staining in it, which is basically the bitumen kind of leaking through, but it's a fairly thick coat there. I mean, I've got it's probably about 1.5 kilograms per square metre on there. They do say between 1 and 2 kilogram. I'll give a few pros and cons to this system. Well, some pros are it's cheaper than replacing the roof. So I mean, if it's going to get all ripped up, reboarded, replaced with some sort of a system, obviously this is cheaper. It can be done in the wet and the dry with this particular product. Even if the surface is slightly wet, it certainly doesn't want to be done in puddles, but it can be done even if it's a little bit wet. What else? It's got fibres in it. This particular system has like fibres that makes it stronger in areas that might be torn or weak areas. It's instantly waterproof per the manufacturers, so if it started raining now, it's not going to affect the system, and it's not going to seep through, and it won't affect the drying time either. They do say drying time kind of around 5 to 7 days, something like that, depending on the weather. I mean, it's quite warm, middle of summer now, so it could be fully dry in a couple of days. If the surface is going to be walked on a lot, it's not ideal. It's more ideal for a surface that isn't really walked on very much. It can be used on pretty much all surfaces, really. No primer needed, just one coat. And you've got to clear all the mess away though, like I did here. Sweep it up and clean it up as best you can. And those are cons, or sorry, the pros I could think of. What else? A few cons, I guess. If the roof is too far gone, I mean, if the felt is torn in places and you've got holes in it and you can see the wood below it, I'd probably say replace. It's, you know, this system could have been used maybe a year or two earlier, but you know, your roof's too far gone. It's messy. You know, I've tried to be, I had gloves on, I've tried to be as tidy as I can, but you still get it all over yourself. You've got to use a bit of white spirits to get it off. It's not going to come off just with water. I mean, it doesn't look fantastic, I suppose, is one con. I mean, it's not as good as, you know, it might look a bit messy, perhaps, but, you know, it does the job. And it's not going to last as long as if you replaced it. You know, if you replaced it and had a full sort of 10-year, 20-year guarantee, this stuff I wouldn't guarantee for that long. You know, maybe give 1 year on it, but it certainly should last a few, you know. And that's about it. Okay. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you don't mind. That helps my channel out quite a lot. And till next time, thanks a lot.